Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Boozy Botanical Podcast. My name is Angelique.
And I'm Holly.
And we're back for 71.
Woo! 71. Hey.
I'm excited to be here, Holly, as always.
Yes.
What are you drinking?
I have a good one. I noticed this has been like a habit of mine. I go, I have a fun one.
I got a fun one for you guys.
It's really actually not that fun or exciting, but it is tasty. This is simply I bought it at the store. It's a mixer called Lemon Drop Shot. So a few weeks back, I actually did a lemon drop shot on the podcast using this mixer and like a few other ingredients. But I just poured this in and added a little vodka, and this is what we have.
You did. What kind of vodka did you use?
What do we have? It's Tito's.
Oh, classic. Oh, cute.
It's pretty good. Very sweet. It almost kind of has like a soda. Well, no, because it's not really bubbly. But it reminds me of like the yellow Fanta a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I get that. That's very cool.
Sort of. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What about you?
It's a win. It's a win for sure.
Yeah.
So for me, well, we're on week 2 of What's in the Bag.
I can't wait.
I am very excited. So you guys, for those who listened last week, this is a sort of a new segment that we're doing on the show. It's putting Angelique through hell every week. I have my bag of tricks, and I'm picking out a random shooter and mixing it. I've added this in as of this episode, Holly. Let me know how you feel about it. With whatever mixer I have. I added a layer.
That's good.
So last week I went straight on the rocks. I couldn't do it. Josh came in. He literally was like, "You need something."
Knew. He just came in. You didn't even have to ask him.
He literally just showed up like a freaking genie or like a fairy godmother. He's my fairy godmother. And we mixed last week's drink with a seltzer. I had orange Smirnoff and
it was very strong.
Smirnoff. It was awful. And then I had a vanilla orange seltzer to go with it. And the vanilla helped, but I just did not like it. So today I thought it could be fun because I don't know what I'm gonna pull. If I have a mixer pre-poured with ice, and then we just gotta put it together.
Let's do it.
But I will always do a taste straight from the shooter bottle first, so we can get it raw. I'm a raw girl.
Raw.
Okay. So here's the bag of tricks. ASMR.
Go with the black shopping bag.
Yes. Remember, guys, we've got green apple in here. We've got watermelon. We've got this random brand called UV. We've got
there's a fireball.
We've got there's a fireball in here. We've got I think we've got a gold tequila in here. Like,
oh God,
okay.
No joke, the gold tequila. Actually, it's not bad.
Okay. Nope. Okay. Oh no.
What'd you get?
I got that UV coconut flavored vodka.
Okay, coconut.
What? But what's my mixer, you ask, Holly?
You didn't tell us. What is it?
Cranberry juice. And it could work. It could work.
It could be worse.
Cranberry is strong, so it might take precedent. Ew.
You know what? I have a good
off-brand this looks. Like the cow cheap this looks.
Okay. You get it at a gas station, like a shitty gas station.
I went to a liquor store. It was $1.34 a bottle.
Yeah.
Well, they had more selection was the thing. But you know what? I'm going to start touring some gas stations and other liquor stores and seeing what the variety is looking like. And
that's a good idea.
That way we can't get complacent.
I have a liquor store really close to my house, and I kind of want to do the same thing.
I think you should, Holly. This would be so much fun. No, we're the same storm.
Okay.
I think you should. Honestly, I was gonna say that you should on the last episode, and then I didn't. I think you totally should, though. I think that'd be fun. Or like,
that'd be fun.
It can be shooters. It can be whatever you want. We'll figure out the details. But
okay,
I think this is really fun, and I think you should be in on it too. And we can do like an every other week. We'll figure it out.
That'd be fun. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm trying it raw.
Raw. I can't get over that. How is it?
Ooh. Very sunscreen.
Okay.
So I have to explain. I love Malibu, and a lot of people think it tastes like sunscreen.
I don't think so. I love
I
Malibu.
love Malibu. Matt hates it. And the thing that makes people more grossed out by me is that I really like Malibu and Coke or Malibu and Dr. Pepper with a splash of lime.
I mean, it's rum and Coke, but just a little bit of a coconut
But it's
hint.
a sweeter. Yeah, I love it. And everyone's like, it's literally sunscreen Angelique, but I don't care. This is like the vodka version of like Malibu, but a little cheaper tasting. Like it's let me try again, raw.
Try it raw. That reminds me of a drink that I've been ordering at a bar that is just with Malibu. So,
yeah, that sounds so good. See, so this is
okay. Yeah.
I think Malibu's better, and I think the difference here, you get the like cleaning solution taste of vodka after the Malibu taste. That I do not like. So now we're gonna mix it.
Yeah. Okay, mix it. Let's see.
Because that's what's like, it's stinging my mouth, that last part. And
maybe that's because it's vodka and not rum. I mean, I don't know.
UV. All right, let's
be real, because it's UV.
Ew. Oh god.
Now, do you have to do the whole shot?
I did it last time. What do you want me to do?
You don't have to do the whole thing.
Okay, I'll save a little bit. A little bit for later.
Well, because you have it in a whiskey glass, which
I forgot a straw again.
Oh no!
Okay,
use
I'm mixing her up nice and slow. Oh yeah, I'm gonna use the top of the. There we go. You guys, I'm using the shooter. These are multi-purpose. They don't tell you that at the store. Okay.
Such a deal.
I just deep-throated it so that it wouldn't leak everywhere.
I saw that. I was like, oh, Angelique.
I'm literally clipping that out. You just need me deep-throating a shooter, babe. Josh, my fairy godmother came back.
Oh, yay.
You need what, babe? Oh, daddy's getting to work.
Oh.
He's literally like, I'm cutting it all out. Okay, so now let's try.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is it good?
I barely have anything left, so I don't think it's like the amount the vodka I put in. It's dissipating the cleaning solution taste. I get a little hint of it, but the sweetness of the cranberry is actually really nice. So yeah, guys, I'm about coconut cranberry.
It's fabuloso cleaning solution, not like, Mr. Clean. It's a little bit more flavor.
Screw everyone who thinks Fabuloso is trash. That is the Latino way, and it's so good.
Fabuloso. I love my accent. No, I love it so much. It is so good. So
it's cheaper. Get it at
Costco, cheaper, and I think it works better. I legit think it works better.
It has like Nana
power,
vigor in it.
It has abuelita juju.
It literally does. It's so good. Okay. All right. I think I can sip on this, you guys. I think I'll be okay. All right. But it's hitting. I'm a little woozy. So we'll see.
It's Sunday, so maybe you can just
Sunday fun day.
Day off.
The Lord's day of rest. All right, Holly. How's your week been? What's going on? Also, did you get to talk about how iCast went last week?
No, I didn't.
I don't know if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I just know everyone knows that you went a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I was talking a lot about it because there was a lot of prep that was like involved. So they're probably like, okay, what the hell is it? And whatever. Right. It was good. We were filming for the family channel, and iCast is the largest fishing convention, yada yada. It was very fun.
Yeah.
It was extremely physically exhausting.
You told me.
Definitely pushed ourselves, and low key, don't judge me. I think I got COVID when I was there.
You guys, Holly's immune to home tests. I don't know if you knew this.
Insane, because I got very the second we got there, I was like, oh no, I feel something in my chest, like coughing.
Yeah.
And there was just nothing I could do about it. I thought it was allergies because, we're an hour away. I have suffered from allergies this time of year in Florida. And I am convinced, because I grew up on the West Coast and I would never get sick. And because I believe I caught all the local bugs and beat it. And now I'm on the East Coast. There's all these new different cold, flu, bugs, obviously COVID, going around.
Not to mention.
And that's why I've been getting sick so much more often. Like, I swear to God, I would go like 2 years, like a 2-year span, not getting sick.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
2021, I've been sick. So, I mean, you've heard my complaints. So,
Right. Yeah.
all that to say, I was like, no, it must be allergies or something. Then came a fever, and I was just very tired. But I tested negative. So I'm like, okay, great. But we come
Okay.
home, the very last day of ICAST, Tyson was like, man, I feel like shit. And I was like,
Oh
oh, I probably caught my
no.
cold,
You're right. You're in
again,
the same room.
negative.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then we come home and he tests positive on 2 home tests.
Right after each other?
Yes. So
Oh,
then
wow.
I run to the store masked up, buy myself 2 more tests.
Right, 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 right.
And it's still negative. And of course, at this point, I'm at the end of it.
If you
But
had it.
yeah, if I had it.
Right.
So I'm just like, okay. So I am still coughing a little bit. But
Yeah.
besides that, iCast was really good. Like, we worked so hard. We got great content. And I was
You had
very
like a
proud of myself.
crew.
We did. We had an editor, like a PA or like assistant editor. And then
That's
Jen,
really
she
cool.
was working too. And then of course
Mm.
Tyson and Steve always working really hard. But
Yeah.
I was very proud of us. Like, we got some amazing footage. And like I said, I was proud of myself because I, haven't worked that like being on my feet that long in quite a while. As you guys know,
Yeah.
I don't really work in camera anymore, but it was a lot of fun being able to have more creative input and just creative freedom, really, because I was, operating. Basically, I was in charge of the TikTok camera, and Tyson was in charge of the YouTube camera. So it was very
That's so
fun.
cute.
Yeah, we
Did
were
you
definitely,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
just working really hard. And it was cool because it was like our thing. So it very much reminded me of working in the film industry, but being like above the line, but also doing the work. So it was a very interesting
Right.
thing.
Like, would you like if you ever got back into film or whatever, or like use into camera work, would you want to do it if you control the like either the narrative or like creatively what you're shooting? Is that like, do you like being physically doing it, but you actually like the product? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, well, so I got a lot of operating experience on Avatar. So I really did enjoy operating a lot more. But I think it would have to just be, like you said, like, I'd have to have more like creative control behind it, or at least
Yeah.
like, with force to see, like, it's my family's thing.
Right.
So I realize now this is probably a toxic trait. I don't like working for other people.
That's not toxic. You're being very honest with yourself.
I'm being
Literally, that's
honest.
how So I Got Fired became a podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like listening to people who are underqualified. I don't like listening to people who I don't respect.
Overpaid.
Yeah, so yeah, and I have a really hard time faking it. So I
Holly's like, I always show it off. Like it made like I'm sorry, I instantly thought like, oh, like orgasm?
I never fake it.
Tyson knows how Holly feels at all times.
But what I mean is, I really have a hard time, like,
Yeah.
just sucking it up and working, putting my head down. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I get so
Oh
mad.
God.
So, yeah. Anyways, besides iCast, let me think. I was gonna tell you guys something else. Oh, so my philodendron squamiferum,
Yeah.
fuzzy petiole philodendron. So it was starting to look very strange as far as like it was doing like what our raffies were doing in Angelique. It was
Oh
losing
God.
bottom leaves, and
Mhm.
then the leaves were becoming less and less mature. So I chopped it up. I made a TikTok
Ooh,
about it, and it's propagating. So
amazing.
it's
Have you
only
seen
been
any
a
roots
couple.
yet?
No, it's only been a couple days, and I'm out of perlite. So I cut it, and then, well, I knew that I was out of perlite, so I knew I would have to do water propagation, but it was sort of a little bit last minute that I decided to film a TikTok and chop it and everything. So
Right.
I need to go to like Lowe's or something and maybe pick up some cocoa coir or some perlite. And then
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna put it in my butterfly canopy outside, aka my current
Nice.
greenhouse setup. The other thing though, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Costa Farms now sells or grows rather philodendron squammies, and I found some at my Lowe's. Isn't that crazy? But they're
Cute.
giant. They're really huge and they're like
Wow.
$50, but I
That's
passed.
amazing.
I know. I did pass though because I knew that I have mine and I just wanted to like I at the time I knew like, oh, my greenhouse is going up soon and I can just grow my own plant, trying to be more
Right.
sustainable or just like save money and whatever. But
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
that is my plant update. Yeah,
Oh my
my life
goodness.
update.
So
Yeah.
you also have a project to update us on, an experiment. How I'm working
Yes,
on the baby pea, and
the
you're
baby
working on
pea
it's
squammy.
the it's the fuzzy, right?
Yes. They have like
We're gonna
red
we're gonna
fuzzy
have to think of a
petioles.
name.
Yeah, I just always call it the squammy. So
I think
cute.
Squammy's cute. That's the Squammy experiment.
Squams.
Little Squams! Oh my
Little
god, I wanna name
squam.
my cat that.
Oh my gosh,
That's
I came up with a new cat name. I just
what
love
is
pet
it?
names.
Me too. What is
I
it?
got it from TikTok, but if I ever get specifically an orange cat or any cat really for that matter, I want to name it Mango. Isn't that
Cute. I
cute?
really
I
like that. Little Ming Ming.
because I love mango and tahine.
Oh my god, adopt Tabby twins and make them Mango and
Oh,
Tahine.
mango and tahine. Oh my
That's
god,
very
so cute.
cute. Oh my god,
I
what
just love
else?
names.
Little apple. Oh no, apple maybe. It's not as cute as
Apple,
mango. Mango's cuter.
pineapple, pineapple.
Pineapple, little
I like
piney.
apple.
We're
Basically,
gonna
I
have to
was
work.
on.
Go
I
ahead.
know. I was on this TikTok like comment section and
Yeah.
this girl was like, "Tell me what your cat's name is," and just tons of people. And there are so many cats named Sushi and Miso. Like,
Miso, I've heard. Sushi, I have not actually.
yes, there's a lot, and I love like when cats
Miso's
have.
very cute.
It is cute. I love when cats have people names like Randy.
No, that's my favorite. It's my
Yes.
absolute favorite. Yeah.
Kevin. Oh my God, it's so cute. Which is funny. That's my dad's name, but the caption was like, I just love the name Kevin for a cat. But
Yeah.
food names. Like I knew someone back in the day who had a black cat named Waffles, and I thought that was cute.
That's really cute. I think for animals, names that end in O are very cute. Miso,
Oh, I
mango,
know.
Cheerio. I don't know if that's one. It's probably one for somebody.
Cheerio. Well, another one that I thought was cute is for a black kitty who's a girl, Karomi, like the Sanrio Hello Kitty character.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that character. That's
Yeah.
cute. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Oh
Cute. So now I just need to adopt. I know.
Literally.
I think what sort of got me thinking about this is I had to go to, and this is showing you how impulsive I am. It's scary. I had to go to Petco, or rather pick up training treats for Kyler, my French bulldog puppy. So I go and actually I went to Ulta and I'm like, oh, there's a Petco next door. So I go in, low key, I almost bought a bearded dragon. I almost bought fish because they had baby bearded dragons.
Holly, no, don't do
and
it.
then there was kittens. I was
God.
like,
oh God,
orange
no.
ones.
Anything that's in it, like, well, the thing that's tough is like, if you get an animal that can use a terrarium, you can cross over your hobbies.
And the thing is, they were selling so many plants, like aquatic plants mainly.
Mhm.
But think about that though. Like, I'm very anti tank.
I don't like. I
don't like anything with tanks, but
unless it's like if it's literally the size of like a bedroom, that's different. But like,
oh really?
Who has the space? I don't know. I still feel. I feel I'm of the same school of thought. I don't like a constraining sort of situation.
Yeah, I would never get an inside bird. Like I would get chickens and ducks, but I would not have a bird. But I will say I've had friends in my, past as a kid with bearded dragons, and they're really sweet. They'll just sit on your shoulder and they're fun to pet. Chill. Yeah, they're very chill. And it's funny because they live a long time.
Yeah, really
just sweet. So anyways, that is literally kind of how we got Fitzy, really. I think I've told the story before. We were going to Costco and like literally I was like, do I just go look at the cats? And Tyson turned in.
At Costco?
I'm sorry. Let me back up. At the
Like there were
Burbank
cats at Costco when?
I'm sorry. Let me explain. At the
Okay.
Burbank Costco, there is a Humane Society across the street.
Literally next. It's
One
the
of
one
the
I go
four.
to.
Yes. So we were passing it, and right before we passed it, really, I was like, Tyson, do you want to look? Do you just look? You want to just look? And then he's like, yeah. Like it was meant to be.
Wow. So he wanted a cat.
Yes. So,
Oh, that's
anyways,
cute.
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that was how it happened.
Really?
I don't
Oh, I
think
thought I
you
told
told
you.
me. Oh my gosh, that's really cute.
Yeah.
We all got like so because I got Boog. He came home on like February 1st, and our friend Aurora adopted a cat in like March, and then
I think
you
from the
got
same
Fitzy by
place.
you and Aurora got your cats from the same shelter. I got mine from the
Got it.
cafe. But yeah,
Yes.
it was like, oh my God, it's like the year of the cat 2019 for sure.
Oh, it was. 2019 definitely
Yeah.
was.
That's really cute. Isn't it crazy to think you've
Mhm.
had Fitzy that long now?
It's insane. And I was talking to talking about this to my sister and her boyfriend because they're like, why does it seem like, because they got two kitties during the pandemic,
Mhm.
and they were like, why does it seem like you've had Fitzy like a million years longer and it's only been 1 year longer than our kitties? And I'm like, it's got to be because it was BP before pandemic.
Literally, the world was
Or B
normal.
Yeah, and I think that it's like the, concept of time was just so different.
Mhm.
So I think
For
that's why it
sure.
seems like I've had him for so long.
No, it's
But
true. Well, that's how I feel
2019.
about Boog too. Like sometimes I'm like, wait, I have a cat, and then I'm like, oh, I've had a cat. Like it's been a while. And
So you
like
got him in 2019. I didn't know that.
I've had I've had Boog longer than our friendship, really.
I
If
know.
you think about
Yeah.
it, because we
'Cause
I
you
know we met
had
at the game.
him.
Well, yeah, because like we met at the Game of Thrones party that Aurora was hosting, and that was like
Yeah.
March. So I'd had him for like a month and a half.
Oh, see, I thought you had him like a year at that point. Is
No,
that funny?
I just got him on February 1st. We met him in January, and we couldn't take
That's
him home
right.
probably for like 10 days, more or less. So they the
Okay.
cafe has specific like dates and times that you pick up your pet that you adopt. So
Oh,
it's like a thing.
interesting.
But it probably helps
Because
with
I
like
remember
transitioning. Oh, go
Right.
ahead.
I remember you were like, you turned to Josh and you were like, we want a second one. So that's why I
I said that at
wanted
the party.
to. Yes.
Oh God, he's probably like, Jesus Christ.
I'm just smiling. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's great. Yeah. Well, I tried to adopt two that day.
Did you really?
Couldn't get away with it. Well, I literally
Hmm.
cried when I met a cat there. I cried when I because I one of my dream breeds that I'd love to cohabitate with. I don't like to say own.
Yeah,
But like my little family member I'd like to add to my family is a Maine Coon.
I
I either
know.
want like a tiny
Anytime
cat or the biggest cat possible.
and anytime I see Man
Oh,
Coons on TikTok, I immediately just send it to you.
Holly always sends me Maine Coon videos, and I'm like, oh, I want
Just
them.
rubbing it in. Not that I have one, but I don't know.
No, they're beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're literally
Yeah,
mini. They're dogs. They're essentially dogs
they're so
that
big.
sleep all day. Imagine, because I adore dogs, but I don't have the time for a dog right now. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't have the time, the space. Boog would not allow it. Like I won't have a dog for a long time unless I get like a huge house or something. But
Yeah.
Boog hates dogs. But
Oh no.
imagine a dog that's just a cat. Like
I
that's why
know.
I really want a Maine Coon because I'm a big like
No.
pet cuddler. Like
Yeah.
of course if I had a dog I would do the walks. I would do what I had to do, but
Yeah.
cats for my lifestyle are easier. So, but I would love
Totally.
to have a big cat. So like to have a cat that feels like a dog but still does all the cat things is just perfect.
Right?
I do wonder though, I'm like, "Oh God, like that scares me in terms of like the stove and being able to reach the counters from the ground, like all those
Oh
little
my
things, but
god.
we'll figure it out." But I adore Maine Coons. I really want one, but they're hard to find and there's a lot of mixes. People are like, "Oh no, this is a Maine Coon." But it looks like just a
Right.
typical cat that's a little bit maybe has some longer hair, but I want like a full on pure 30-pound one. But the kitten, so there was two brothers at the
Oh.
rescue or at the
Yeah.
cafe. And obviously at the cafe, like if they're siblings, they bond them together. So you have to adopt both. And we had a
Yeah.
1 bedroom apartment. And Josh was like, babe, like our house is small and they're gonna grow up if they're 30 pounds each full grown. Like imagine even 20 to
True.
30 pounds. Like because I don't know, some are on the smaller end, but it's like yeah, I guess that's a lot. But like, I don't, to this day, I'm like, probably could have made it work, but it's fine.
I know. I was going to say, like, do you still stand by that or no?
Logically, he was right.
Yeah.
Emotionally, I'm right.
I have taken up all your like.
Oh, I have no updates. It's all good. I'll like literally say one thing. It's totally fine. But my update is, you'll see. It's not a typical update, guys. But yeah, so like obviously, of course, like Boog is our love, like the love of our life.
Yeah.
So like we would not have gotten him if we really adopted those cats. But I started like, because you have to get a pre-approved as an adopter, and I had put those cats' names down, like that's as like, I'm interested in a cat, and it was those. But then we were like, nah, let's get the little guy at the desk. He's perfect. So it worked out the way it needed to work out. Like Boog is an angel, and we love him.
And you have Rue now too.
She's God, like she's my life. Like I can't say for sure because I don't know if I'm gonna have kids, but if I do, maybe this will feel even more different. But I literally feel like a physical pull, like when I see her, like my body aches, if that makes sense, and like in like a love way. And same with Boog too. But I can understand why like a baby affects you that way, because we got her as a baby. Boog was an adult, so it's interesting to see like how like the helplessness of a baby, how it affects you. But yeah, so it turned out perfectly. I love her. But for me, Holly, there isn't really much to say other than I don't really have many plant updates for you guys just yet. Still monitoring the acclimation of the Raffi that I got and the Pink Princess. So all the experiments are still ongoing. By the time you listen to this, it has not happened fully yet, but the time you listen to this, all my death row plants should be gone. Like either they died or I gave them away. I think I've been lagging on purging because I know I've been struggling with thrips and I feel bad, but I'm just going to make that very clear in my Buy Nothing group. I'm going to be like, I'm struggling with pests.
So
right. Like, do you want to give it a try? Take all of them, please, and regift. So we'll see. But that's it for really like plant stuff. But you guys don't know this, and Holly does. But last week we finished the episode and Josh came in and he was like, babe. And I was like, what? And he was like, your levels are too high.
Oh no.
Damn it. Because you guys don't know this is a little insider, like, like little tidbit of the show is that obviously you guys know that Josh edits it, but I've been having some issues of like figuring out my levels and not peaking because I'm a loud person and I laugh. So it's like finding the right balance so that the editing, so that it sounds good for you guys. So we had a talk. He like gave me some schooling and it worked out. So like these ones are looking really good. But I told him, I was like, if I can, like, can we make it a thing where if I can get through an episode without peaking once, will you get me sushi?
Ooh.
And then I felt bad and I was like, wait, you edit for free. I'll still pay. But like, can we go to sushi if like I don't peak once? And he was like, sure.
Yeah.
But I've already peaked like 7 times this episode. I've already
tried. No.
But I really want it. I really want sushi.
Oh my God. Literally, I saw someone on TikTok today eating sushi and I was like, I want sushi. Or not sushi, I'm sorry. It was actually ramen. But
oh, my other love.
So good. So good.
My mouth really started watering because I started thinking of an egg in my mouth.
Oh no.
God, I'm so hungry.
Now we have to go with Matt so you can have his egg.
Thank you. Thank freaking you. Oh God. Oh, it's so freaking good. Okay, Holly, who do we got today for a plant mommy?
Today we have Ryan from, let me see if I can pronounce the username correctly. Is it Gemini Growing?
Yeah, you got it.
Small moment. Sorry.
Oh yeah, my notes are tiny.
You're fine. Ryan from Gemini Growing. Hey.
So Ryan, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
No, you go ahead. I got excited.
Oh, okay, me too. So she has an Instagram and a YouTube, which I think is so cool. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out.
It's really cute.
Oh, I said now you can go.
Oh, okay. It cut out for a second, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm in limbo. I'm in podcast limbo. I have no idea what happened."
You know, I was like, she didn't hear me. She's smiling.
I'm just like, you know, you see in the movies the person smiling that has no idea what's going on, but they're trying to keep up appearances so they don't get in trouble with their boss. That was me. I was like, yeah. Like, how do you show smiling without, unless you're watching on YouTube, whatever. But what I
like,
wanted to say was Ryan
sorry,
is based
Ryan.
Ryan, we're stressed out. She's based in Columbus, Ohio, and she's living there with her boyfriend and her dog Russell. Speaking of human
Again,
names,
with the human names.
and
That's
Holly,
cute.
I just realized like my notes didn't import the emoji for some reason, but he looks just like the emoji dog, the white and brown one. He's really cute.
Oh my gosh.
Super cute. So they actually moved to Columbus at the beginning of the pandemic, and this is kind of how
Wow.
her love of plants sort of started. She wasn't feeling how empty the new apartment looked and just, feeling overwhelmed. A lot of things were happening in 2020. So her cousin, I believe is who it was, suggested to get some plants to zhuzh up the place.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like that was
She's
when
like, that's it for me.
Yep. Well, she learned how much it can help with anxiety, collecting. It helped, like she met, new friends online, worldwide, and just found a way to
Right?
get connected with nature, which I thought was so nice because that really is like part of the reason why we do this.
For sure. Oh, that is really cute.
For sure.
Let's take a look at some of her collection.
Oh my God. I love her black velvet alocasia. It has not a crisp to be seen. It's so beautiful. Like it's such goals for me because you guys know my alocasia project is going through a transition, but it's just
We haven't heard
it's
about
such
that in a minute.
we'll talk about it later.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. It'll be okay. It's not that bad. I'm being dramatic, but it's such good inspo for me. It's so beautiful. It's so lush. I love it.
You know what I realized? She also has the golden spoon, which I think you have a copper spoon that I gave you. Little succulent action. I also
Yes.
love her philodendron El Choco Red. I have one too.
I had that one on my list too. It's so
Did you?
cute. Yes.
Yeah, it's so cute. Oh, she's also a Hoya gal too. She
has a
some Hoya.
lacunosa.
Yes, it's blooming.
Also goals for me because you guys heard like literally 4 months ago, mine started showing like the peduncle started activating. Still, it won't give me flowers, but they go there and then they blast. I probably had 8 blasts, I feel like at this point. But I didn't know what the lacunosa blooms looked like because I hadn't looked them up on purpose.
Really?
But it's okay because I saw her blooms and I was like, oh my God.
You're cute.
These are so beautiful.
Fuzzy.
They're very textured. I really love the middle of them. Oh my gosh, Ryan, I saw your blooms. That sounds so naughty. I saw your blooms.
Just saw your blooms.
But like, I saw your Hoya's blooms. And it's so beautiful. Oh, let us know what they smell like. I want to know that.
And look at Russell. Oh, I think this is Russell. Oh, look at that face. So cute.
Oh God, it's when I see videos or pictures like that, I'm like, I do want a dog.
You do want a dog.
I love dogs. They're so sweet. But yeah, it's she has such a fun collection. And also to her profile picture, she's holding a super cute lemon lime philo that's super lush. And it's really, really, I love bright plants. You guys know that.
Yeah. And she's so pretty too. Not that you need to be pretty to have an Instagram, but she's very pretty.
Literally, you can only have plants if you're cute. I'm just kidding.
There's cuteness. Okay.
Everyone, you guys, literally everyone that listens to this podcast, like people will reach out to us and I'm like, everyone's so hot.
I know. I'm like, so many beautiful people.
I know. Oh, and you guys, by the way, Ryan is also down for local and mail trades. So shoot her a DM on Instagram. I'm barely on YouTube. You can't like DM on YouTube. You can just comment, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Stick to Instagram then. Subscribe to her YouTube channel under the same name at Gemini Growing. So, follow on Instagram. She's super friendly, a joy to talk to. And we cannot recommend less,
And tell her we sent you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks so much, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Holly.
Angelique.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm super down for this episode. We're doing Anthuriums to grow. Just like highlighting some of our faves.
Yes. And I tried to pick like easier care Anthuriums. And the first one is extremely easy, in my opinion.
Let's get into it. I killed it, but let's get into it.
So usually with these Anthuriums that I'm going to talk about, the care is very similar to a Monstera. They don't, and most of these don't really need a whole lot of supplemental humidity. But with that being said, the first one is the Anthurium veitchii.
Oh, Jason's in the house, people. Jason's here. He's here to slay. If you don't know, go listen. Jason Momoa is the king Anthurium.
He's the king Anthurium with the abs. That's all we're going to say on that. But
you guys know Holly literally gifted me a Jason Momoa candle?
I forgot.
You literally gifted me that one year for my birthday. It just like smells like Hollister.
It literally, well, the funny thing is this shop, it has a bunch of like smells like Jason Momoa, or it'll say smells like Harry Styles, but you get to pick the scent. So I forgot what I picked for you.
It's very good, but it kind of has a Hollister smell, and I'm like, oh child, I'm hitting hard. No, it's good. I like it. I think Josh has burnt it. Jason's strong in this house. Sorry, go on.
Yes, no, but we love a king. We love a good king. And so the thing is with this plant, it's slow to put out leaves, but at like every time it puts out a leaf, it's like bigger than the next. Like they just get bigger and bigger. Like the one that I have coming out right now on my veitchii, it's like you can just tell like even the stem shooting out really far. And when the little taco, like the rolled taquito, is already so big. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a doozy. This is gonna be a big leaf. So yeah,
it's happening.
It's happening. Anthurium number 2 is the Anthurium vitarifolium, and also like a shout out to other like strappy Anthuriums, like the Pallidophorum. I think that's how you say it. Now this one could benefit from a little bit more humidity, but honestly, I don't give mine any. Like, so my office is literally the worst room in my house as far as like for plants, and my vitarifolium is in here, and like it's doing well. So
does it get
if that tells you
anything, too bad?
No, it doesn't.
No kidding. Wow. So it's just to remind you guys, for any longtime listeners, you also got this 11 months ago. Was that the same event that you got the queen at? Yeah.
Yes, it was. It was at the Aroid show in Miami. Yes. I got it, and it has put out even larger leaves than when I got it, but it was I started off with a big plant. Now with the Pallidophorum, I think that's how you say it, I got that one as a rooted like stump essentially. And even that one, I should have like brought it for show and tell, but even that one has put out sizable leaves compared to, I mean, like this big. I mean, going so what is this, 8 inches? Going from having no leaves to having like, 8-inch leaves, I think that's great. So I think they're very easy to grow.
Awesome.
Yeah. And also, Angelique, if you agree with any of these, let me know. Like if you think they're easy.
Disagree, I'm gonna let you know.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. The next one's very popular.
Yes. And also, you guys, I usually like odd numbers, but this is an even number. We have 4 plants to tell you. So just a heads up. I'll be like, what?
And you're an odd number queen. That's very true. Whenever I'm like, Holly, what do you think of this corner? And she's like, do 1 or 3 or 5. Do not do 4.
I know. So true. It's just more pleasing to the eye. But then there are some people where they are anti-odd number. It has to be even.
They need to be balanced. It's very.
I think you need to be balanced, Angelique. Because whenever I'm showing you stuff and it's like, ooh, let's be crazy with it.
No,
you're like,
let me defend myself. Okay.
I'm saying it all with love.
I know. I think I've noticed with design, like with images, I need balance. But I do enjoy it, like a plant corner, for example. I love like a trio moment. And I love
like a messy,
or like a
jungly.
Yeah, that's actually, I don't have a therapist anymore, but I feel like this needs to be unpacked. It is fascinating that when you and I are designing graphics, I need balance, but why don't I need that? Maybe I don't need balance. We need to figure this out. We'll talk about this off air.
We'll figure it out. Hey, it's not
we'll have a session.
Because honestly, my designs always end up better after they've gone through a few notes with you. So I mean that.
I think Holly's about to buy me sushi, guys.
That or ramen, one of the two. Just an egg. I'm just gonna mail
We can
you an egg.
literally get both. It's both Japanese. We can find a place that has both.
No, yes.
I've never crossovered those two foods though.
Like, what do you mean?
Like eating them in the same meal.
Oh.
Well, I guess I ordered sushi once, but like a very small roll. Like we were there for ramen and we got a little app.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense. But when you're going all out, like
I like to go
pig
hard for sushi is the thing.
I did find a good sushi place, FYI. So you come visit me.
Oh my God, yay!
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So the crystallinum.
The crystallinum. Now, this is like slightly more difficult, only in the sense where I think it benefits from just a little bit more light and a little bit more humidity.
Right.
But sorry, my throat is dry.
You're good.
But it's still easy and it doesn't crisp up as much. I think if you can stay on top of the watering schedule, it's actually fairly easy. Yeah, I have one in my laundry room and it gets very good light. It gets like Eastern like morning light. And I'm just definitely on top of watering it. Like I'll just water it.
You don't have a humidifier nearby or anything. You're just keeping it moist. What's the substrate you have it in?
So it is so two things. It's potted in terracotta, which again I think helps with like the I was gonna say breathing, the root breathing.
No, it's true. It's not, you're not locking in the moisture long term.
Yes. And I think that is key also for Anthuriums. They really don't want to have like soaking wet roots, even though they want moisture.
To be wet.
They want to be wet.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I'm sorry, finish your substrate, then I'll say my comment.
No, I think basically it's just with Becca de la tanks. So Becca's soil mix, and then I added some more cocoa choir just to
cocoa
choir to retain a little moisture. But that's pretty much it.
It's very funny you bring this up because I feel like a lot of the collectors in LA that I've bought from or that I see selling Anthurium on purges, everyone has them in plastic cups because they want to watch the roots. So the few that I have are all in Starbucks cups, which I appreciate for seeing the roots. But for example, because I think the Regale is very similar to the crystallinum, maybe even more finicky than the crystallinum because she crisps up hard. She's rude, but like that was very specific with it when it definitely needs humidity. But I just find that interesting because I feel like the people I've met, a lot of them would say like no to terracotta, but I like what you're saying. I think and to take away from this, guys, maybe going plastic or ceramic versus terracotta depends on how good you are about watering. If Holly's on top of it, I think terracotta is great because you don't want to get waterlogged and not be able to drain.
Also, kind of like the Hoya tip I gave you guys is like when you're trying to get Hoyas to bloom or just happy Hoyas in general is like allowing them to dry out quicker so then you can water them sooner. I think helps a lot.
So you're tricking them into being watered more often, but still getting dry in between.
Yeah. So it's like, I've had certain plants potted in ceramic where it will hold on to the water for a long time. But I also, if I were to water it, bad things would happen. Like I really have to let it dry out. So,
well, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. Yeah.
It's like, honestly, think about this. This literally just came to my mind as like a example. But imagine if like you only had one giant meal a day, like you'd be so full and like, yeah, you'd survive, but you'd just be like, oh, this is like too much.
It's not technically for a human. It's not as healthy for you.
Exactly. Versus like 6 small meals or 3 medium-sized meals. It's kind of like that with like their water intake because they are using it up for energy and then releasing it. I don't know. So anyways, I just think that terracotta is not as bad as people sometimes make it out to be.
No, I love terracotta. I do think not that I've navigated away from it. I still have a lot of it, and that's pretty much all I use outside. I do think it makes it easier because I don't have a lot of space in my house at this point. So it's like if I'm having to put stuff high on shelves and things like that for safety reasons, because I think too, like Josh gets nervous if things are too heavy in case there's an earthquake. And I understand that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Seems like it's almost nicer to not go terracotta in that sense, but it really just depends. Like my fiddle fig, I'm still trying to get a pot for it. I need to do the Walmart thing that Josie recommended, but there's
Yes.
so many gorgeous pots that I do want to buy, but they tend to be like on the terracotta sort of vibe that are really decorative and pretty, but I just can't pick it up. So that's also like the tough thing.
Yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
say you should go to our terracotta joint in South Bay.
In
But
Torrance, yeah.
if the concern is it being heavy, I definitely agree with
Yeah.
Josie because
Go
I think
classic.
I have one of those pots and it is really cute and like modern looking.
Yes.
And I think especially if you could get it in black. I have it in like a
Yes.
terracotta color, but I
Yeah,
think black would sell it a little bit more. Like it would
for
look,
sure.
so
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Ooh,
nice.
what is our last one, Holly?
Okay, so this one is the Anthurium pedatum, or it's also called Pedatoradium. Is that what you say?
Yeah. Let's see how let me see.
Yeah.
Peda is there a oh no, is there a oh no, there's not. Okay. Pedatoradiatum? Toradiatum?
Yeah.
Toradiatum.
Radiatum.
Pedatoradiatum. I feel like I had to sing it so that I could pace myself.
Right? Like an opera.
I like pedatum
Anyways,
more. Go ahead.
this is similar to the VGI in the growing aspect, how the leaves get larger and larger. And I think that is really cool. Like I love seeing how a leaf, and this is a lot of like anthuriums in general, but how it'll start out so tiny and then just get big. Like, oh,
Right.
love it so much. So this one is also more low key about humidity. So yeah, it's really cute. Have you seen this one, Angelique?
I have. I'm trying to pinpoint it. I do know
They
what it
call
is,
it
but do
the
you have one?
finger. You know what? I don't. This is like one of the only ones on the list that I
Oh
don't have,
yeah. I
but
know this one.
I almost got it at one of my favorite nurseries, but for whatever
Ooh,
reason I didn't get it. But
it's
it's really
okay.
cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's super pretty. Yeah, I know. I've seen this plant before. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. So
I
that,
just yeah.
the nice thing about this, as well as the VGI, is realizing for those that don't like that, just expect anthurium to be humidity heavy and to be hard. It's like you can have some anthurium and don't have to have a crazy
Yes.
greenhouse, which is really encouraging, I think.
I think so too. And
Yeah,
it also kind of gives you confidence because you're like, well, I have this Empyreum. I could try another one. And then,
exactly. It can
you
ease
know,
in. Right,
yes.
right, for sure.
But yeah, I think that is it for the list. There was one other
Oh yeah, just like final like tidbits of like how to handle anthurium.
yes. So
More light,
obviously
right?
more light than you'd think. And then they do love humidity, so they're not gonna
They won't
like
say no.
turn down. Yeah, I was gonna say they're not gonna say no to humidity. I think it would definitely help them.
Especially anthurium lovers on the west, like in LA, for example, it is so dry that I
It
do think
is.
especially like it's probably right now easier for you to just have it out and about. So it's like for me, it's like being mindful of that, the humidity.
Yes. The other thing too is like a chunky, nutrient-rich, well-draining soil. And
Yeah,
again, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about with the, crystallinum and terracotta. They want the roots to, have airflow and not be just like sitting in water for a long time. But
right.
again, they want water often and they don't want it to be a desert, but they don't want to
For
be
sure.
like sitting in water, if that makes sense. And then
Definitely.
I think like regular airflow helps too. Like I notice it gets like stuffy in my office or sometimes it gets really cold too, but just very stagnant air. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think my ace of spades like hates it in here. So I'm gonna need to be moving it very soon.
Oh, that thing has
Um,
made it through so much
I
though.
know, but do you know it only has one leaf? Is that sad?
What?
Yeah, it's
You lost
very sad.
it's
Yeah,
okay.
I
It
know.
happens. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it had a 5-foot wingspan, remember?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
gonna come back. It's gonna come back. We're ending on a high note. It's okay.
Yes,
It's
it
okay.
will. I'll put it
Breathe.
outside. Like basically I just don't have houseplants anymore. They're just outside plants.
It's a lot, guys. Literally, like there's a lot going on. Like my luxurians lost that leaf and it's weird. I'm trying to rehab the stump now. And it's like, I get it. It's, it's a weird time, but we're figuring it out. And that's why I love the podcast.
Yeah, and nothing worth having comes easy. So some Anthuriums are harder, but it's worth it.
And we're figuring it out. But that's what I mean by like, I love the podcast because I hope it's encouraging to you guys to know that like we're figuring it out too. Like we're not some like magical pros best in the world and like we're or like people that are just because there is like Instagram life where like you only show the stuff that's doing great. But like I like that the podcast we can show you what's not doing great as well and just be very transparent about. I love that Becca does her like plant funerals. What is it, like the thing she does at the end of the year or the big like I just think that's very refreshing to be able to know that like we kill things too.
It's so true. And I love that about the podcast too. Like I just feel like I can talk about this stuff more. Not that I don't talk about it on TikTok or Instagram, but it's just like so much more of like, I don't know, just like a happy hour intimate friend meeting. And we can talk to you guys about like anything we're dealing with plant care and like owning plants, So
yeah. I love it.
Me too.
Oh man, Holly, thank you so much for this episode. I really appreciated it. I liked it a lot. It's giving me ideas to not feel as bad about myself about some things. Good. But Holly, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me at Concrete Botanical on TikTok, at Concrete Botanical _ on IG, and then concretebotanical.com for my shop.
Awesome. And you guys can catch me at Suck Up for Plantas with 2 C's. You can catch the podcast at Boozy Botanical Podcast on Instagram, where we drop new episodes. I forgot. We're Boozy Botanical Podcast on Instagram. We drop new episodes every Tuesday on all the things. You can like and subscribe. What am I talking about? You can
like and leave us a 5-star rating review.
I'm like not thinking straight. Right. Thank you, Holly. At least somebody understands what's happening. Yeah, do that. And then if you guys want to collab with us, shoot us an email at boozybotanicalpodcast@gmail.com or shoot us a DM directly. We're very responsive. And last but not least, as we mentioned last week, our Indiegogo is still going. So please check out the link in our bio at the link tree. It's the very first option. It says like Boozy Live, something about Minneapolis, whatever. And you'll know it's the Indiegogo. Yeah. So if you could please share that with your friends and family, feel free to donate if you'd like. No pressure. There's perks that you can get for donating. So yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Yay. Well, thank you guys so much for another episode of the Boozy Botanical Podcast. And on that note, cheers! We'll go choir.
Swills everywhere.
Oh no.